You like jazz? How are ya? My name is WJ Brass, and today we'll be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series 8601 Deluxe Class Jazz. Now, with Transformers, the main toy line would always have like a subline. For the Transformers Studio Series line, a toy line that started in 2018, so 7 years ago, go figure, it has 3 sublines that I know of, and it's still going along today. It was a toy line giving up-to-date figures of live-action movie designs from the Transformers 2007 film and other Transformer films that followed up onto the solo Bumblebee movie. However, there has been 2 more films made since that toy line started, so those designs have also crept into Studio Series as well. Hasbro during 2021 introduced the 86 subline. Since majority of Studio Series figures are numbered, so it's a numbered collection, Hasbro introduced updated accurate figures based off how the characters appeared in the very first Transformers film, being the 1986 Transformers the movie. All of these figures were labeled under the number 86 as a tribute to that year. You're with me? So far, this 86 line has 46 figures, and this guy, Autobot Jazz, pretty much started it all. Jazz's painting and sculpting is so good. He literally looked like he jumped from the big screen or even the Sunday morning TV screen. The paintwork is nice and accurate, capturing his charm and making him pop. What also makes him pop are his proportions. Nothing really feels out of whack, and he is surprisingly clean, making him even more G1 accurate. And speaking of accurate, that head sculpt is so vibrant, feeling much more cartoony, especially with his baby blue used on that visor. Being a deluxe class figure, I'm honestly impressed, but unfortunately not all is what it seems. Yes, it is his backpack. I'm not judging it because it jets out. I think it's perfectly fine. As I said, it was proportionate. It's what it's made out of that worries me, and that it has a very key function in the transformation. See-through plastic can be very brittle in some cases, so it's just something to watch out for. Besides that, he's really good. He does come with one singular accessory, being a nice silver painted cartoon accurate rifle that is blast effect and 5mm port compatible. And with his single rifle mentioned, it's time for some poses. So Autobot Jazz's posability here really felt inspired by Transformers Generation, or at the time was War for Cybertron. As this guy, as I said before, he's a Studio Series figure, and he really felt like he didn't feel like he really belonged with Studio Series. He felt a little bit more complicated, which I do hope to explore later on in the future of the channel. But anyway, for his posability, Jazz has a ball joint here at the head, which allows him to look up that far and down that far. He has a rotation at the arm can move out. He has a bicep swivel, a bend at the elbow, no wrist swivel unfortunately, but he does have a he does have a little hinge, so you can kind of articulate the wrist, I guess. He has a waist swivel, backpack that's on the hinge, kind of does get a little bit in the way. He can kick out that far and back that far, which is pretty good. And he has a pretty good spread. Sorry, jeez. He also has a fire swivel, which is very tight on my copy, a bend at the knee. It can detach, so technically you could say it's a double bend at the knee, but that's more so for the transformation. And he also has a ankle pivot, which is also pretty good for Jazz here. Being a Studio Series figure, Jazz's posability is really good. You can see the modern Transformers Generation / War for Cybertron influence when it comes to posability, especially being when you compare him with other Studio Series figures. Being a deluxe class, he's 13 centimeters tall. For a size comparison, here with my last review being the Jurassic World Hammond Collection Spinosaurus. My review before that, the Legacy United Commander Class Magmatron, and why not another Studio Series figure from the Game Edition subline, we have Game Edition number 4 Voyager Class Megatron. Alrighty, so to transform Jazz here into his vehicle mode, of course, just first of all you just want to remove his weapon. And next, fold up his hands into his arms, like so. And you just kind of want to grab the backpack here and fold it out into its section pieces like so. Kind of creates the top half of the car. Next, you want to pretty much fold this section up and you want to flip down the head. What the hell? Hang on. You want to fold that out, flip this panel out, and you want to flip that down. In doing so, you want to flick this panel up and creates a nice sleek bonnet. I had a brain fart for a split millisecond just then. And you want to also slide in the holded this panel down and slide in the leg panel like so. Cool. Come on, there we go. That we'll do the rest later. Alrighty, so we're gonna fold in the arms like that. We're gonna rotate this waist piece around. And you just want to fold down the arms like so. I hope that focused. Okay, next, I'm going to grab the legs, fold up the toes. You want to hinge this over like so. And you want to clip it in. And next minute, you want to just rotate the wheel sections out to the front. And now you just kind of want to just collapse everything onto the back, and now you just want to slide in these doors, and in doing so you can see the tabs where the arms would go, they would just go in and you have yourself a car mode. The kinda is a Porsche but not a Porsche to avoid copyright mode. It's beautiful. The paintwork is in this mode, it really does most of the heavy lifting, making it dazzle yet also feel so much like that character. The Autobot logo is nice and prominent, and the stripes are literally yelling, "Here I am!" However, unfortunately, the alt mode does reveal some problems. The minor being the feet, they literally dangle from the back, but I can ignore it. The other two I have is more so plastic quality. With the clear plastic, I could have preferred it painted so you just don't see the interior being robot junk. And dare I say, I kind of wish they painted over the cheaper white plastic, because as you can see on my copy, it's done the yellow, breaking the illusion of a nice, sleek, uniformed white vehicle. Oh well, you can't always win some. For size comparison, the vehicle mode is 12 centimeters long. Here we have my last review, the Spinosaurus. My review before that being Magmatron, and we got Megatron. If you are a fan of the original cartoon or the original movie and want something that just looks like it came from the screen, I definitely recommend Jazz. He has ended up being a figure that has slowly started to grow on me, just reigniting why I love this franchise, with a simple blocky design, yet a clean fun transformation, showing off accuracy and love to a franchise. My name is WJ Brass, and this has been my look at the Transformers Studio Series 8601 Deluxe Class Jazz. And until my next whatever I decide to upload, I shall see you guys again. Thanks for watching.